Good morning, everybody. We are here in Siem Reap, and thank you very much for talking with me. And I'm enjoying your company here with me in Siem Reap. But I'm going to let you introduce yourself to everybody, them what your name is and where you're from.
Hello, everyone. I'm so thrilled to be here in Siem Reap, and obviously with a lovely family friend of over 30 years, Sonia, known worldwide and definitely in Siem Reap because I've been hanging out with her for the last 10 or so days, and she's like a celebrity round here. But anyway, that's enough about her. It's all about me today. So, my name's Janice Moth, and I now live in a place near Brighton in the UK, and it's called Worthing. So hello all my Worthing friends, I really miss you.
Is this your first time in Cambodia?
No, it isn't. It's actually my second. I was here 9 years ago for a couple of months, and I travelled through Cambodia extensively, fell in love with it. It was in my top 2 places in the entire world to visit. And yeah, it is definitely the land of smiles and dreams. It's just so beautiful here.
And how long are you here for this time?
This time I'm away in total from the UK for 2 months, and I've chosen Siem Reap for a month of that time.
Have you visited anywhere else in Cambodia this time or the last time that you were here?
Last time I was here, I went to Phnom Penh first, ducked out to Siem Reap, thoroughly enjoyed it here the last time, and then I went to teach English actually through an organisation. It's an NGO, non-government organisation, and that's in Karachi province, and it's the Dolphin School of English, which is in Karachi. So I did that for a little while, and then I went to stay in a hotel, and they were building luxury full-story villas across the road. So I was privileged enough to actually stay in the village in Karachi and really ingrain myself into the community there. And that was 9 years ago. Yeah, it was wonderful. Really was wonderful.
That's one of the places that I really want to still go and visit. So yeah, hopefully one day I will manage.
Well, it's really
to
famous
get you.
for Irrawaddy dolphins, right? Now, we've all seen the Disney dolphins, haven't we? Which are really, they're the ones that we're used to. But the Irrawaddy dolphins in Karachi, they're sort of like bottle-nosed, and they're not that pretty, but equally as thrilling when you see them in the wild. It's
Oh, I
amazing.
can't wait to visit. What would you tell a first-time visitor here not to miss?
Well, I should be going next week probably back into Angkor Wat, which is really, you could spend a whole week in there, and it is an incredible place because I'm more of a sort of a creative brain, but when I went round Angkor Wat, I could not believe the engineering of the place, and it's absolutely massive. So yeah, don't miss Angkor Wat.
Yeah,
Also,
is there anything outside of Angkor Wat which is stuck in your memory?
stuck in my memory is definitely the food, and also the warm-heartedness of the people. That you won't miss. Even if you're the type of person that likes to be alone in solitude, the warm-heartedness and the greetings and the sincerity of the people will draw you in. That's definitely something that sticks in your mind. And also, I love the massages. You can just walk along the street, and for $3 for half an hour, you can have a head, back, shoulder, half a leg, 2 legs, any legs. Absolutely lovely. Legless, yeah. Massages, so yeah, there's so many places here, but because I'm here, basically what I wanted to do was do some type of touristy thing, relax a lot, and get healthy. So there's lots of swimming pools here, there's lots of really affordable luxury hostel type hotel places.
When you travel, do you normally stay in hotels or hostels or a mix of a mix?
So we're a bit more rigid in the UK. So if you're over a certain type of age, you will not be welcome in places like youth hostels that have age brackets around
Oh,
it.
is that in the UK?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So here you can stay in, I've stayed in hotels, I've stayed in wooden lodges, I've stayed in dorm rooms because I've been watching Nan with a Backpack thinking, absolutely not. I've stayed in dorm rooms in my 20s and thoroughly enjoyed the experience, but I used to drink a lot of alcohol then. So I just had this vision in my head that dorm rooms would be sort of a little bit like I personally was in those days, and I wouldn't want to be in a room with people that I didn't know, who weren't necessarily behaving in a certain type of way. But actually I found that it's the complete opposite. People don't drink like they used to, and I'm meeting so many different people from around the world who are very excited about being here and also of the same mindset me.
Yeah.
Not the same, but different, you know. So people from all around the world, and the hostels are really affordable. The one that I'm staying in at the moment, there's 3 others in the room, and also there's 3 swimming pools, a la carte menu, and I'm staying in a brand new room, and it's £7 a night.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is really
Yeah.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're enjoying the swimming pool as well.
I get up really early. I go around the swimming pool at 7:30 in the morning, and everyone starts coming out about 8:30. So I have
Yeah.
the whole place to myself, like this luxury new build in the middle of Siem Reap, which is a minute's walk to Bub Street, and beautiful restaurants. We've got absolutely everything that you need here, basically.
Yeah. So what is, or is there anything that you wish you knew before your first visit to Cambodia?
I wish I knew. I think it's been really helpful to have you orientate me, even if it's for the first day or two.
Yeah.
And although you're pointing things out to me, this is this, this is that, the first day it won't go in, the second day probably not, but by the third day, you know, I don't need you anymore. You know,
Oh, I see.
it's pleasure that I'm meeting for now, you know, but it's been really practical, you know, to get the orientation, because I found when I travel extensively, the bit that I became less enamoured with was picking a hotel which was near the attractions, which was near the bus stop, which was near the food, where I could get water. So it's been really helpful, Sonia. It really has.
I know
Thank you.
when I'm traveling, I normally have a 2-night rule. So I'll book somewhere for 2 nights. If it's rubbish, I'll cut my losses and go. Otherwise, I'll rebook if I'm lucky enough. Sometimes it's worked in my favour, sometimes not so much. So I'm going to move on to you personally, because I know you do an awful lot of good work back in the UK, and you have started, well, I'm going to get you to explain about your Glamour Club and how that came about, because you are inspirational, you really are.
Oh,
So
thanks. Don't make me cry. Sonia is making me cry a lot because she's so kind. And I think actually crying is very good for us. It's something that British people aren't known for, and I find crying very cleansing. Anyway, so talking about crying, well, so my name is Janice Moth, and I'm an activist and a catalyst for positive social change. And this all came about 8 years ago, or 9 years ago now, when I'd been travelling around Southeast Asia for 10 months. I've been in the most beautiful places, but I had this feeling, which I now know, I felt really lonely at times. So I was sitting at Kuala Lumpur airport, and I thought to myself, I cannot bear to go back to the UK and sit in my flat in Worthing on my own 24/7, 365 days a year. I've done all of this stuff with my life, which has been really adventurous. I've just been in places where people are so warm and friendly. It's the opposite of what I've experienced, because there's lots of fear and stranger danger. And that's just how it is. So I just thought, no, I've got to do something about it. So being a former private investigator for British Airways and Lufthansa and people like that, I knew I had to protect my own assets. So I bought a company off the shelf at Company's House, and I was wondering what I should call it. And I remember my son, who's a contemporary dancer, he had danced in an old converted biscuit factory in London, which I now know is famous for inventing the bourbon, the Garibaldi,
Oh,
and the
wow.
digestive biscuit. I didn't know that. And he danced with one sock. Because he'd seen a wall in New York, Brooklyn, New York, where it was like disused, and an artist put one colourful sock and another, and the community got to know about it, and they put all their lost and lonely socks on there.
Oh.
And it's called It Socks to Be Lonely. So I bought a company off the shelf called It Socks to Be Lonely, sometimes limited, because I knew I had to protect my own assets. And I just started networking. I was jet lagged. I couldn't wear shoes because I've been walking on beaches and swimming and all that for 10 months. So yeah, and 1 year later I had an idea of a great night out during the day. So vintage themed, I invited the mayor and the town crier, and I had a beautiful venue, and sophisticated live music, afternoon tea, bringing back traditions. So I found someone that I'd met a year before, and she said, "Oh, it's a great idea. My husband's a filmmaker. Do you want him to make a film of the launch party?" I said, "Yes, please," not knowing that he'd won 4 BAFTAs for the Harry Potter films. And it just went on from there, really. So what's happened now is the events themselves have been very successful. We're about to do our 36th one. I saved up, there's a £10 entrance fee. We've just put that up to £12. And for that, you get 3 hours of sophisticated live entertainment in the company of, it's been especially created to end loneliness. So everyone there knows what it's like to be lonely, and we're activists and catalysts for positive social change, social health change. So we've done 36 what we call flagship events. We've got the trademark now. Our concept has been commissioned 3 times, including the grand finale twice of Worthing Mental Health Awareness Week, and also on Brighton Palace Pier for Loneliness Awareness Week 2023. And that's where we were on. I was dressed in a crinoline in Victoriana, and I co-hosted with Dr. Mark Abraham, OB, and there was 160 of us promenading down to the pier to hold one of our events. And I was, we were on the BBC TV News, ITV, Meridian, all of that. There's a lot of press coverage, and also the Sarah Gorrell show, BBC Radio, and also I was in an opinion piece in the New York Times. So our events themselves are really successful, and we've served it's a volunteer model, so thanks to all of the volunteers. Volunteering is just, it opens up a world of adventure, and things have happened like you wouldn't believe. And I would suggest to everyone just to find someone that really needs you, because you will find by giving you will gain a lot. And on a personal level, I did my exams, and I became a member of the Institute of Leadership. I then won a scholarship to Harvard Business School. I studied under Professor Battaliana, and that was Positive Power, Social Health Innovation and Initiatives. And I now have written and piloted in the Mental Health Trust in Sussex, Curing Loneliness at Work. Because when I was invited by the Loneliness Minister to Parliament when the Red Cross launched their report on loneliness in the workplace and communities, they found that loneliness in the workplace is costing the economy £1.2 billion, but it's the
Wow.
human cost. It's an absolute disaster. So yeah, so myself and the Advocate of the Year, James Moffat, who I bumped into literally going into Westminster Palace, claims that he didn't have too many sherbets on the train, but I'm not quite sure about that. I'll take his word for it. Yeah, so we've written Curing Loneliness at Work. So I have now, it starts to be Lonely Sometimes Limited, which is a consultancy business. So we work on strategies and policies in the workplace and in communities. We have the amazing events, which are dementia friendly, disability confident, and we're intergenerational. Everything is eco-friendly, and very proud of our community for getting involved in those. And so workshops, events, and a consultancy practice, but all of it is, we say that we're inventors of lots of interventions to end loneliness.
Wow.
So
What's the name of the group that you hold your meetings with?
it's the Glamour Club events. So the Glamour Club events, and also, I mean, I just can't. But it's incredible what has happened, because I'm now a leader and a figurehead in this work globally, and I get invited. I mean, I was the person that they chose one question at the International Loneliness Conference to pose to Beck Murphy, who champions loneliness. And it was my question that was like, I kept thinking to myself, why is it that I keep get chosen? And it's because I had nothing. I just sat at Kuala Lumpur airport, I think it was 9 years ago, thinking I've been in this most amazing places and felt lonely, even though I was surrounded by wonderful people. And what I've discovered is the answer to all of this is inside of ourselves. We've just got to find the right people to share all of this life's journey with. And once you get to the point where you have ended your own loneliness, then you can build on helping others. But it's about other people empowering themselves, because we haven't really got time to wait for anyone to do it for us, Sonia.
Absolutely.
Government, schools, the answer is inside of ourselves, and then spread out from ourselves to communities. And I'm here partly because I have spent 8 years working 24/7, and I was really burnt out and I needed a break. And I knew coming here was just what I needed, because actually it's gone full circle. And this is the strength and everything that I saw in the communities here. We do things differently here. Gave me the oomph to actually say, do you know what? I can do something, but I don't even know what it's going to be.
Yeah. And you speak about loneliness and things like that, and both of us travel solo, but a lot of people are scared of traveling solo. What would you say to those people? Maybe somebody's lost a spouse or had a marriage breakup or something like that. What would you say to those people that are sat at home and too scared to travel or to join in with anything?
I think that fear stems from the culture that you live in, the society you live in. I think that we are living in systems that are built so that we are. I saw on one of your friends that we met, known performance indicators. We've become less human to organisations and more about performance and how much we can get out of one person. So we're indoctrinated into the systems that we're never built to fit into. And then when all of these awful things happen, we can quite often be alone in our grief. We can be alone in our suffering. And I think that the scary part is that we are indoctrinated not to take a chance. There is nothing more scary than getting up and going out for a loaf of bread and going to Tesco's and getting in the wrong queue, right? Because there's going to be some argy-bargy somewhere. Whereas here, nothing, it's the complete opposite, right? You just book your flight, you take a small amount of belongings, and then you arrive at the airport, you get your mode of transport to either your fancy pants posh hotel, and then you start getting orientated and realising actually the different styles of places you can live. You live for the day, live for 2 days, live for 3 days somewhere, and the joy of the sense of freedom that you get. So I would say take all of your lived experience with you. Come and grieve like I am. I'm grieving too. But what a wonderful place to do it. I can't think of anywhere else better, because I can get up in the morning, I can have a swim, I can have beautiful food, I can go and someone's going to smile at me and then do a little bit of a hustle, and I can have my hair massage, I have my hair cut, and at the end of the day I've spent £10.
Absolutely, or less.
Or less.
Absolutely. Yeah, so what would you say that the main difference is between living in the UK and being here in Siem Reap? Do you feel safe here?
Oh yeah, definitely. I really do, because it's the opposite. Everything is a problem,
Everything is a problem
in the UK, right? We're surrounded by problems, and actual fact, we don't have time to live the bit that we're in, because already people around us are bringing a solution, but we don't want solutions. What we need is to be in the present, slow down. We can't just keep. Actually, it's quite dangerous, I would say, how we're living in the UK, and that is proven because we're very physically unwell and we're mentally unwell as well. I've been working in mental health for 16 years now, and I'm very proud of that. But what I have noticed is that everyone's getting sicker, and it's as a direct result of the foods that we're eating, the workplace, if we're lucky enough to have a job, and everything is just, it's built on sand, isn't it? It doesn't seem like there's any firm foundations anymore. Yeah. Family, community breakdowns. And what I like about being in Siem Reap is it's the opposite. You don't have to put your armour on before you go out. The answer to everything is going to be, I'm not quite sure what you mean, but it's a yes,
Yeah.
Sometimes you get given things that you didn't even ask for, but at least it was a yes.
And nothing is too much trouble. People go out of their way. If you need something, they will work something out. It's just a completely different. And I think a lot of people, when they first come here, they're on this level.
Yeah.
And it takes them a little while to step down and go, do you know what? I'm going to wait 10 minutes or 20 minutes for my dinner to arrive, because it's organic vegetables that are being cooked fresh in the kitchens, and it comes out, and you think about what you would have in the UK, and then you come here and you get fresh avocado and vegetables and chicken, and
It is gorgeous. So it's the opposite, and you're absolutely right, Sonia. It's taken me, I went to Langkawi Island after I arrived here because I knew that I had to slow down. And I think this is my 6th week now being in Malaysia and coming here to Cambodia, and I'm still in fast mode, and I don't need to. I don't need an appointment to phone someone.
Yeah.
My diary at home is now, people used to be a little bit more impromptu, but in order to get everything done that we think that we need to do in a day, in order to have had a good day, people are actually phoning me, asking me when they can make an appointment to phone me. You know, that it's just too much really, and it's the opposite here. And I love the fact that I can afford most things here, which I could never ordinarily. Well, I wouldn't want to pay the prices anywhere, £125 for a half-day spa. I can live for a week here in Siem Reap on that.
Yeah, definitely. So your finishing words, if anybody is thinking of coming out to Cambodia or Siem Reap, what would you say? Should they do it?
Oh, I think so. Do you know what? Do yourself a favour. Just allow yourself to be who you are somewhere else and just enjoy part of what you've been working hard for a very long time. If this is the bit that allows you, just get a plane ticket and come see Nan.
Come and see me. Oh, Janice, it has been an absolute pleasure. And I'm loving having you here. I really am. So give us a squidge, girlfriend. Oh. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee, that's good too. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye.